Hey, what's up everyone? It's Georgio, your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, and I am back with my first pay-per-view review of 2019. And it's for NXT Phoenix Takeover event. I know I said the words a little bit backwards, but the pay-per-view was just that exciting that it's gonna make me stumble over some words. That's just how good it was. And man, talk about a great first pay-per-view to review. I'm gonna be reviewing the Royal Rumble as well. I don't know if I want to call this a reaction or not. I mean, because a reaction would be like me showing footage, but I don't want to get no copyright strikes, so I probably won't be doing no footage. But I will be talking with you guys about some of the good key moments of the pay-per-view, and if you guys want, you can definitely check it out. The WWE Network, they have this really cool special right now where if you pay 99 cents, you'll get 2 months of it instead of just like the little 1 month free trial. You can get the 2 months, and I think an extra, you still get that extra little free months. So it's not bad, but you have till January 28th to do it, which is pretty cool. I'm sure most of you who have WWE as your you get emails or something from WWE, so you probably already know about it, but I figured I would bring it up to you guys and girls. So also it needs to be like a new account, so really all you can do is just make another email account and then just do it like that. But I figured I would tell y'all about that. And man, you know what? This show starts off with a bang with the War Raiders versus the Undisputed Era in a tag team title match that it's probably so far my favorite tag team match that I've seen in recent months. I really love that dope as entrance from the War Raiders. It's like it kind of gives me this old school like England Rome vibe. You have to see it if you can. I'm sure it's on the WWE YouTube channel already. If they have those entrances for that or whatever, I'll post it in the comment section so you guys can check it out there. But yeah, the Undisputed Era, those guys tell such great stories in that ring, and it's a reason why they held the belts for as long as they have. They're very interesting, but so is the War Raiders. For a big man tag team, those guys have it. They're hard hitting, and they can move with the best of them. I've always liked the whole big man versus a smaller man type of tag team action, because it definitely makes for a better story sometimes. Sometimes you can have two big man teams, going at it and it actually works. But in tonight's case, it was really, really great. And I have to share with you one of my favorite moves from this match was I like how the smaller member, which of the War Raiders, he picked up his 300-pound partner and threw him into Roderick Strong and what's that his name, Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah. Like, man, I'm so excited. Like, I can mix up the names. I might forget a few names along the way, but who cares? It's all good because this show had this match in particular brought it. I'm telling you, the War Raiders are going to be a team that I think can go down in history as one of the best newer teams that the WWE has created. And I'm very happy to see that they won the match. They really brought it to the Undisputed Era, and it was really interesting. We didn't see Adam Cole or anything out there. You would have thought that maybe those guys would have interfered. I think we saw Bobby Fish during the entrance of the Undisputed Era, but he didn't come back out there. And I guarantee you guys, if this was WCW, we definitely would have saw an interference of some kind from like the NWO. And the Undisputed Era, they kind of give me an NWO vibe, but it's good that this match had a clean finish. and that was really neat. And so yeah, I really like that match. Nothing bad to say about it. Then we had Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ono. And Matt Riddle, he's a very interesting fella. You know, the dude comes out to the ring with some flip flops on. The dude wrestles in his he wrestles barefooted. And but I was talking with my friend Rick, and he explained, you know, why Matt Riddle has the style that he does in terms of his in-ring look and in-ring moves. Is because he used to be in the UFC Ultimate Fighter. He used to be an MMA fighter. So you can definitely see the influence there, and you definitely saw it in this particular matchup. Because the way he won was so unique. He beat Cassius Ono with these, he trapped him in this kind of submission type move, but he used his elbows and repeatedly hit him in the head with it. And then you saw Cassius Ono, tap out. He had, tapped Matt Riddle's arm, which means he's tapped out, he's done. But Matt Riddle didn't even have him in no chokehold. He just hit him with repeated elbow shots. So I thought that was really cool because the way Matt Riddle won this match was almost like an MMA match. And I really thought that was unique, And it would be cool going forward if we can see if we could see him win all of his matches, or at least most of them that way, that would be really neat. So, yeah, this match was really cool, I have nothing bad to say about it. Matt Riddle, he's going to be a big time star, he has something there. He has charisma, which I wish some of the guys on the main roster would have, Matt Riddle, he just has this special character. And I think he's easily likable by the fans, and with his MMA style, I think that he will be, he could be a great heel or a great babyface. So there's a lot that they can do with him and his character going forward. And so now we're getting to what I believe is probably the match of the night. I don't know if it's the match of the year. It might be, but I do say so. As of right now, it has to be up there as match of the year. And it's Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano for the North American Championship. And wow, and the really cool thing about how this match started off was every move that Johnny Gargano did, Ricochet flipped back onto his feet. Like, that is some crazy athleticism. Not everybody can do that. And that is something I haven't seen any other wrestlers do. Ricochet is a very special talent. And it showed in this match. Also, it showed you just how even more evolved Johnny Gargano can get in that ring. And also, speaking of him, he had his ring gear, Johnny Gargano's ring gear. It kind of reminded me of the Cleveland Cavaliers colors. I don't know if that was the scheme that the color scheme he was going with, but it definitely reminded me of that team colors. Or the Flash. You know how the Flash is red and yellow with his outfit? So I thought that was really cool what he did there. And yeah, so Johnny Gargano, he's been using this super kick I guess at the very beginning of their feud together, and he caught Ricochet off guard, in the build up to this, and he kicked him with a super kick. Johnny Gargano, he's been playing this kind of changed man gimmick or anti-hero gimmick or whatever, and he's just been unstoppable. This new Johnny Gargano has been really cool. He took out Alistair Black, and I think him, turning, I guess, heel now to join up with Tomasso Ciampa. I think, because we've been hearing some things about those two somehow getting back together, and the way Johnny Gargano's been acting is definitely leading in that direction. But yeah, I like that super kick move that he did to Ricochet, and Ricochet hit a whole backflip in the ring and landed on the mat, And Ricochet, I think, he did some really cool moves, like the one where he did like this moonsault move, and he flew from one side of the ring to the outside to knock out Johnny Gargano. And then Johnny Gargano, he pulled the floor mat up outside the ring, and he did some kind of suplex move. He was attempting to go for it, and he hit the suplex on Ricochet. Man, I'm telling you, y'all, this match is one you have to see too. I would definitely recommend it. Lot of fast-paced action, and you know, I think it's really cool. Um, so yeah, this match definitely probably is match of the night, probably match of the weekend, but we'll have to see how the Royal Rumble goes. And now we got the NXT Women's Championship match, which features Shayna Baszler, the reigning NXT Women's Champion, versus Bianca Belair. And you know what? One thing I love about Bianca Belair is she has all the boxes checked on what a wrestler, or in WWE's case, a superstar should be. She has the look, she has the character, the entrance music, the in-ring mannerisms and moves, and plus she can talk on the microphone. She definitely kind of reminds me of Sasha Banks, and that's a good compliment, because Sasha Banks has that same star power that captivates you the moment you see her walk out of the curtain, and that's what you get with Bianca Belair. And this match has some really unique storytelling to it, where Shayna Baszler used Bianca's hair to beat her up with it, and she even choked her with it and threw her into the ring post on the outside of the ring, which I think hurt her shoulder. And I thought that was really neat. And then somehow, Bianca, found a way to get back into the match, and she started using her hair to her advantage. Which, if you've been seeing her matches on NXT lately, she's been her hair is one of her main offenses, as well as her unique strength. And so, Bianca had hit Shayna Baszler in the side with her hair, and it caused a big cut there. So I had never seen that before. And this woman definitely has something to bring to the wrestling game, not just in NXT, but on the main roster. She's one you have to look out for. But of course, Shayna Baszler's friends have to stick their nose in this match, because you ain't gonna have two heel matches on this card without at least somebody interfering, and rightfully so. Shayna Baszler, friends interfered, but Bianca was able to fight them off. But then that allowed Shayna Baszler to get the rear naked choke on Bianca, but somehow Bianca used her unique strength to turn, Shayna Baszler around and reverse the hold, and she was able to get out of it and fight back towards Shayna Baszler. And where her mistake was, she went to the top rope and she tried to do a top rope move to try to knock out Shayna Baszler, but she missed it. And then, of course, Shayna Baszler was able to catch her in the rear naked choke again, make her tap out. So, you know what? That was a really cool match. I think all the matches on this card were top quality, from bell to bell. And if you guys are looking to watch some wrestling again, I would definitely recommend that you check out NXT Takeover. In fact, watch all of them. They will make you love wrestling. They're really cool in that regard. And so, yeah, I think Bianca should definitely get another shot sometime soon. And I think she will be a great NXT Women's Champion, or even a champion on the main roster. She shouldn't be limited to just NXT. So now we got the main event, which is Tomasso Ciampa versus Alistair Black for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. And I'm telling you, this match right here was really great too, from bell to bell. And it had a lot of good storytelling, which is very important in any kind of wrestling match. If you guys, have heard me say many times on here. And what was really neat was Alistair Black. He had did this really cool moonsault to the outside of the ring, but he ended up hurting his leg in the process. So Ciampa, capitalized on that mistake eventually. Because I was like, man, if I was Ciampa, I would definitely, attack that leg of Alistair Black, to take him down. Because, without his leg, Alistair Black can't do that little spinning back kick, which is called a black mass. And so another really awesome move that I enjoyed from here was Ciampa. He did a cool Tower of London move. It's kind of like a front. It's like a front buster or front DDT or something like that from the middle rope or whatever. It's really cool though. That really took a lot out of Alistair Black. And so these two really just beat the crap out of each other. Lots of back and forth action. And one of the unique things about this match was, as you heard earlier in this, was Johnny Gargano. He pulled the whole floor mat back earlier. So Ciampa did the same thing, except this time it backfired on him, because Alistair Black, he jumped from the other side of the ring off the top rope and hit Tomasso Ciampa and right in the skull with that knee, and he hit on that hard floor outside without the mat on it. And I don't think his head hit the floor, but I can definitely tell you that his back did. And that was really crazy. I really enjoyed that spot. And but the thing is, what happened here was Alistair Black ended up hurting his knee even more. So as he was getting back into the ring, Tomasso Ciampa counters him and goes for a draping DDT, which we saw Johnny Gargano won, against Ricochet earlier. So that was really interesting. And then Tomasso Ciampa hits his fairy tale ending finishing maneuver. It's kind of like a fireman's carry front buster type move. And so, but we saw Alistair Black kicked out of that. So then Black, of course, tries to mount some more offense, but his leg gives out on him, which allowed Tomasso Ciampa to hit him with another fairy tale ending for the 1-2-3. And man, this match definitely blew the roof off the building. It's funny how Tomasso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano had two of the best matches on the card. Really neat. I wish we would have saw Adam Cole in action, but I'm assuming at some point we may see him get involved some kind of world title match or something. It's gonna be really interesting to see what they do with the Undisputed Era going forward. I think that we'll see them feud with the War Raiders some more. But I would love to see the Undisputed Era mix it up with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, have Adam Cole go for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. I would love to see him win that belt this year, before he ever decides to, go to the main roster. And a really unique, really awesome thing that we saw at the end was Johnny Gargano coming out there with this devious look on his face, holding up the NXT North American Championship. And you know what? I'm starting to think maybe this was all a plan all along for them to go down this route, only so they can have two of the best titles in the brand. And now I think they're going to be very powerful, and you can definitely see that it's pretty much confirmed that these two are going to get back together, and they're definitely going to cause a lot of hell within the NXT roster. But yeah, overall, this whole show gets an A+ from me. It was a total of 5 matches, I believe, and it started quickly. Of course, they have the recaps and everything, which I hate those recaps, because I feel like if they did everything that they're supposed to do to build these pay-per-views up, then they should be able, then we should need no recaps for this stuff. And one other small little complaint that I hate about some of these matches is all the false finishes. Like, they'll go for their finishing maneuver and then people will be kicking out. Like, there's too many instances where they're kicking out of wrestlers' finishers and stuff. I don't like that. Like, I can understand one time that a wrestler would kick out of a finisher, but if it's multiple times during the match, then I'm not cool with that. Especially if you see it in multiple matches, on the pay-per-view card or just in general. I mean, if it's a big time match and it actually adds to the story, then so be it. But I don't want to see that all the time. I think that's just something that needs to be cut down a bit in these particular matches. But anyways, you guys, this was just my honest thoughts on the pay-per-view, and I really enjoyed it. I really did, and I would recommend that all of you watch it. Royal Rumble is going to be tomorrow. And I don't know, man. That's gonna be a long pay-per-view. I'm telling you, it's gonna be 4 hours. So I don't know how I'm gonna survive that one, but I'm gonna do the very best I can to just cover it. If you guys have any suggestions of how I can cover these pay-per-views to make them more entertaining and less and shorter than 21 minutes, which is what this one is. It's a lot to cover, but I enjoy every minute of it because I love sharing my experiences and passion about wrestling with you guys. And so just look forward to that. Make sure you hit the notification bell. There's going to be a lot more wrestling content on this channel probably going forward until some games like that I really enjoy playing come out, like Mortal Kombat and stuff. So for those that like the wrestling content, I appreciate you for hanging in there, or who like what I do, period. And even if you can't stay the whole time to watch this, leave a like on it. That way people who do like this kind of, who do like wrestling can come and watch it, and share it with your friends and family members, especially beyond wrestling, because it covers more old school and of course some of the newer school stuff. But until next time, you all be blessed and stay safe. And I'll see you in the comment section below.